whole lot Middle Eastern. So he stands, Dylan Roof, right next to me. And he goes, "Oh, can you watch my friend, blah, blah, blah. It's his birthday. He's really drunk. I just don't want him to walk in front of a car." Now, in this place, there is no cars. Even though it is a town, there is like no cars out at this time. Okay, there is no cars at all. Period. Like everything's closing anyway, and it's like, but there is like no car. There was barely any cars. Period. But I'm like, yeah, sure, man. I'll watch him, man. Make sure he doesn't fall on his face. No problem. And I'm sitting there, and it's like, and he's just sitting there, and he's got his hands kind of like in his pockets, and he's like leaning forward. Now, I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Oh, are you having a great time? That's great. That's wonderful." And then freaking, and then the girls get in the car, and then freaking, as he's still standing next to me, the girl that would be my daughter at that point, but I don't even realize is my daughter, snaps a photo of me standing next to Dylan Roof, right? Now, little do I realize Dylan Roof is about to fucking shoot up the fucking bar in a couple months, down the fucking, shoot up the fucking church, fucking down the fucking, wow, man, this is fucking nuts. This is fucking nuts. This is fucking absolutely nuts. Yeah, so, so that's that, and, yeah. So what else? Yeah, I mean, let's not forget about the incident right after we got off the fucking. I got off the fucking train to get down there. It's like immediately fucking surrounded by fucking fucking wow, man. Me and my friend are like, yeah, the fucking radiator overheated. It's like blah blah blah, and fucking. I was like, oh, that's fucking. So all we had to do was get some fucking water, but it was like, well, where the fuck do we get water from? But we got fucking people coming up to us already. It's like, wow, man. It's like, wow, man. Just fucking, wow, man. Wow, man. Just fucking, wow, man. That's before all the crazy, more crazy. If it wasn't crazy enough, it was about to get fucking even crazier. And then it was just like, wow, man. It's like, fuck this. Fuck this shit. I got no energy to tell the rest of this shit. I don't even want to fucking, I'm so sick of all of it. And so little, either way, it doesn't matter. It's like I go down to see my parents for a couple more weeks after freaking visiting my friend. I go down to visit my parents. I come back here, and I'm back here, and I'm sleeping at that point better, but I'm not sleeping like I'm still staying awake for like 2 or 3 days, but at least I'm getting fucking sleep when I do go to sleep at that point. It's not like, oh, I'm closing my eyes and I'm still wide awake even though my body is just going into fucking like rest mode. It's like, and even though then my brain is not shutting down or blah blah blah. It's like so I'm sitting there and getting myself together. I throw away all the food in my house. I replace it with all new food in my house. And now that's 2015. What else happened in 2015? What the fuck else happened in 2015? Wasn't that Little Peep too? That had to be fucking Little Peep, man. I gotta check this Dylan Roof thing because something is sitting 13, 14. If something just doesn't sit right with me, it had to be 2015 with Dylan Roof. So then that means that freaking I'm pretty sure it was also Little Peep that passed away, but I didn't even know that he was the one that was from the other fucking place. So then it's like, yeah, this is where a lot of things start to happen, and it's like without even like the slightest trying to put all this together, fucking since even the time, it's like every once in a while the dates get started getting a little bit more and more fucking jumbled. I know that freaking my other friend, well, not even a friend, I know that freaking Junior passed away. Junior was trying to fucking tell me shit about the contracts, and I didn't even remember the fucking contracts as Junior starts to bring up the contracts. And freaking, I'm like, why is everybody talking about these contracts? I'm like, what contracts? It's like, I didn't even remember the fucking MK Ultra contracts that I signed at that moment in time because I was being so fucking overly bombarded with fucking radioactive fucking diamond dust and fucking other drugs, fucking whatever mixture concoction of fucking a Chinese cocktail basically is what you fucking want to sit there and say it was. And it's like fucking like I know that there was Dick Hardener and Dick Softener because I was jerking off the fucking house plants. Fucking my head was real fucked up. Okay, so it's like, it's like, man, it's like whoa, whoa, whoa. But at least I was fucking somewhat fucking. At that point. I still had me inside. That's like the worst. It's like with all this shit said and done, it's like there was just so much that started to happen. And then it's like I start to freaking talk to Lisa's dad, and then it's like, he starts telling me, well, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, he's yelling at me a few fucking times, and it's like, I don't even know if I'm like, why the fuck is all this shit? And then it's like, this is what happens. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, they drop her off on my fucking doorstep. She's drugged out of her fucking mind, blah, blah, blah. He's telling me to call the cops on his own daughter. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's the whole fucking point. It's like this is fucking nuts. This is so fucking nuts because it's like, and then I think twice, almost back to back, she was like saying that she was about to fucking overdose. She looked like she was about to fucking overdose. She had to call an ambulance. Holy shit, man. Holy fucking shit, man. 85% of the time it's either some fucking 80% of the time it was a black guy, 20% or 18% of the fucking time it was a fucking Spanish dude of some sort, or an American Indian, or a fucking this and that, and then maybe one or two times max fucking it's like, oh, there's a white guy dropping her off. Which weirdly and unfortunately fucking one of the fucking times it's my own fucking cousin. Holy shit, bro. You were just at my house a few months prior and you're literally dropping this girl off at the fucking house that you have to know that this is my house. It's like you're dropping her off, you don't even fucking say hello, and it's like, that doesn't look pretty fucking good right now. Wow. 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 So needless to say, it's like, so then I come back from that vacation and it's like, and I know that I'm skipping around from here to there to this to that and fucking it's like, so in other words, now I'm getting back to like, so I come back from vacation. And as I'm back from vacation, about maybe, what, a couple months go by, and all of a sudden this thing fucking happens with fucking Dylan Roof shooting up the black church in fucking, where the fuck was that again? Oh, I don't even fucking remember, man. But it wasn't in the same fucking spot where I seen him. And then fucking, it's like as that happens, it's like fucking, it's like, oh, meanwhile, the devil is like fucking sitting there fucking, it's like, I'm telling my grandmother, it's like this, and this, and it's like, I'm like, I think freaking, I was like, I gotta call freaking this guy. I gotta call fucking her dad and let her dad know that freaking this is what was taking place. Because at that same time, at that same night, Lisa falls in a fucking hole. The same night that I was at that bar down in fucking Alabama, Lisa up here falls in a fucking hole and breaks her fucking upper leg bone. Fractures her upper leg bone. The same fucking exact time period that I'm in the bar with fucking Dylan Roof. This is what's happening to Lisa up here. Now, Devil's calling me at that point, telling me fucking blah, blah, blah. My daughter fell in a fucking hole and blah, blah. And I couldn't even hear him. The windows of the car were open. I'm like, sir, I'm going to have to call you back, blah, 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 fucking this and that. And he's like, so then the next morning, he's like, this is what happened to Lucy. He's like, you were too drunk. It's like, dude, I had a beer. I had a fucking beer, man. Okay, that's not too drunk. I'll drink a beer right fucking now. And I made 3 videos for an hour and a half long talking about fucking this and that. And I was on a fucking half of a fall. Trust me, a beer was not fucking making me drunk. Point being is that all that gets fucking. So then all of a sudden the Devil Brigade fucking rolls up, ready to fucking kill me. Fuck this shit. God knows how many fucking black trucks Devil's like in 15 minutes or something. So that's the whole freaking me getting my dog into a harness, barricading the fucking front door with whatever I could, fucking barricading the fucking this, getting the circular saw out, ready to cut into the fucking basement, toss the dog into the basement because fucking fuck this shit. I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. Yo, fuck this shit, man. Yo, fuck this shit. Because all this shit it's all about the fucking IP address and it's all about the fucking military fucking, because now fucking this is fucking nuts. This is fucking nuts. This is so fucking nuts. And that's not even all what it's fucking about. It's about this. It's about the corporation. It's about that. It's about nothing ever got fucking done. It just kept fucking piling up on one fucking. So then, if I'm leaving anything else out, other than the freaking trip that I take down to my grandmother's house. No, that was in 20. I think that was right before. I think that was right before I left. Yeah, I think that was right before I left in 2014. So then that would have been 2014. I went to see my grandma in 2014. And then 2015 is when I left to go see my friend. And then that's when Dylan Roof. And then freaking when I came back, that's when it actually goes down. And then that brings the devil to my front door, which then brings fucking a whole bunch of bullshit to my fucking life. And then after that is 2016. That starts to become 2016. And inside of 2016 is when freaking 2016 was, that was all of what was leading up to the fucking presidential election. Now, fucking, also there was, and then there's all the fucking other people that passed away that might or may not be important at this point, and then it's like leading up to 2016's election, that's with the whole fucking phone. That's when I started really waking up to the fucking contracts. That's when fucking I started remembering how they fucking used my daughter at the fucking. But I didn't even know that was my daughter then. But I started to realize then, at that moment, that really was my daughter that they tried to set me up with when I was a freaking kid, around about the same time that JFK Jr.'s plane went down, but JFK Jr. was not on the fucking plane because of the fucking bomb that I was able to fucking telepathically fucking find prior to the fucking bullshit that fucking actually took place. Which then was all a whole bunch of fucking crazy shit from there. That was back in 1999, right as the same time the fucking machines are fucking firing up. But meanwhile, there's something else that fucking nobody really fucking truly fucking knows. But then I guess I'm like sitting there saying to myself, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this shit. Because that's also around the same time that I realized that a pretty little girl was fucking singing on fucking stage, crying her fucking eyes out at the same fucking time I'm down at my friend's house, while at the same time I'm being fucking set up in a fucking bar with my fucking daughter right there, fucking with fucking Dylan Roof, which I don't even know the girl's my daughter at that point in fucking time, and it's like he didn't do what he fucking was gonna do yet, and fucking it's like wow, man, and it's like wow. So instead of all this shit's crazy fucking real, and it's like from there it's like this starts happening, that starts fucking happening. It's like, you know, fucking enough is enough with the bullshit from everybody, from every fucking race, shape, and creed, and bullshit fucking wannabe fucking crap, and then it's like where else? What else? What else? That was the Apple iPhone that fucking yeah, that was the Apple iPhone that fucking the government couldn't get in, but somehow, some way, my phone. I just went out and bought a fucking Apple iPhone, top of the line fucking Apple iPhone, and fucking like because supposedly it was unhackable, and I was having so many problems with my bullshit ass phones. I was like, you know what, fuck this. Let me go buy a really good fucking phone. And within less than fucking a day, it was already fucking hacked. It was already fucked with. It was like, dude, you know what? Don't tell me. Because I was on the phone with the Apple guy, and I'm like, okay, bro, I'm waiting for the fucking email. I'm waiting for the fucking. I'm waiting, you know, here. He's like, it should be there. It should be there. It's like, you know, it's like, so what should have taken like 10 minutes, maybe fucking 15 minutes altogether max. It's like, that took me and this guy, like, I don't even know how long. At least 3 hours, somewhat upwards of fucking 4 or 5 hours later. It's just like, I give up. And then fucking a day later, it's like, oh, it rained. It's like, oh, the next day, even though it was kind of raining, I still brought the fucking phone back. So within less than fucking 2.5 days fucking time, the phone was already hacked. But meanwhile, inside of court, there was a fucking whole thing going on. Like the feds would like fucking Apple to fucking hand over their shit so that they could fucking access the fucking phone that they couldn't fucking get in over a whole big fucking issue that was going down in the fucking main media at the fucking time. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, wow, that's fucking crazy because fucking my phone was already fucking hacked into from the minute I got fucking the phone. That's crazy, bro. Well, maybe not the minute I got the phone, but the fucking right after I got the phone. So that was happening prior to that, and then it's like, wow, that's whole. So that was just like, fuck that, and then it was like, you know, then it's like 2016 is still fucking at that point, fucking the elections of it. So now I'm going off on fucking all the shit from before about this, that, fucking, you know, basically having a figurative sword fucking held to my fucking neck by people that fucking I'm sitting there saying this is all fucking so damn crazy. So then therefore, as that election starts to fucking roll down, it's like freaking boom, fucking Trump gets into fucking office, even though with all the shit that was happening over here, and then it's like I didn't even want to fucking show back up to that fucking store after that all went down with the fucking guy that was like sitting there like I was ready to fucking kill him inside the fucking store. It's like, dude, just get me my food so I can, that I already paid for, that I've been waiting here for fucking 10 minutes. Get me my fucking food right there. It's right there. Give me the fucking food. There's nobody on fucking line, bro. Get me the goddamn food before I fucking kill you. Please. Thank you. Not bullshit, man. That was that. So that was just another fucking. So that was being egged on by fucking another fucking store employee or person who obviously fucking had to be knowing something because of this, that, and everything else that I've went into about the guy before. And then there was the iPhone thing that fucking happened, and then it was like, and it was like, you know, the guy that was talking to this person after this fucking nice thing happened. It's like, but I was being rude mentally, and it was like, I know that they heard, and I'm sorry, and it's like, I don't know what else to fucking say, because then after that, fucking the whole thing went down. It's like, you know, then Trump gets elected, and then freaking, you know, right after he gets inaugurated at that fucking precise time period, fucking, I go to have fucking tooth work done. But before then, I go get blood work done at the hospital so I could fucking check myself for any type of fucking diseases due to a fucking incident that took place fucking about a few months prior to that, where fucking like 8 months or so 9 months prior to that, where fucking some doucheball I used to know from fucking high school fucking dropped a crack pipe on my floor. The dog fucking picked up the crack pipe and started to bust into it. So as I started to take the pipe out of the dog's mouth, the dog fucking cut me. I cut myself open trying to take the fucking crack pipe out of the dog's mouth so the dog didn't fucking chew broken glass, making sure all the glass was out. So then I threw that motherfucker up against the wall, put a knife to his throat, and told him to get the fuck out. But don't worry, because he also had something to do with the whole fucking thing getting me locked up long time ago with his mommy, who worked for a certain agency, obviously, because that same agency, because his mommy looked like the fucking same person that pops up. And I just talked to my friend about this. I said, you know something? I said, you know something? I'm pretty sure it's not your fucking, your family member, and a specific family member at that. But I'm like, it's kind of funny because the amount of times that somebody with the same, in other words, and then it's like, and I explained to her like 6, 7, 8, 12 different fucking who the fuck knows at this point. I'm not going to go into all the fucking stories where a person that looked so similar, and I'm like, it couldn't have been your close relative, but at the same time, like, the way that your close relative looked is the same fucking way that this person, that I'm not sure if it was the same person, how many, because it wasn't the same person. There was multiple persons, so therefore I don't know if they were working all for different agencies or the same agency. I'm leading towards more like they were mainly working for one agency, and it's a type of a look. And then it's like, I'm saying to myself, it's like, between that and then there's just some things that seem to be, because they, like, a lot of the times it involves with, like, well, why wasn't this handled, and why wasn't this handled, and I thought this was already fucking supposed to be handled, and that and that and that, and it's like, what the fuck, right? So then I'm thinking all that somehow fucking is all gathered in the same fucking vicinity of fucking what Hoffman tried to do when selling the fucking pills to Enright to fucking try to get me fucking killed that night, right? So then I'm saying to myself at the same time, we are at point iPhone, this dental work. Oh, so at that same exact moment, I'm getting fucking thrown into a fucking mental hospital. Meanwhile, at that point, I've already been bringing up that there's a chance that fucking Ariana's concert's about to be fucking attacked. So as I'm in the fucking mental hospital trying to get out, at the same time, fucking, it's like, oh, somebody confronts me inside, and I'm just like, fuck this, because I'm watching all these people go home, and I know I'm not fucking surrounded at that point by fucking, even if those people don't know it, I'm like, the people that are coming to fucking see these, I'm like, wow, man, I'm like, wow, that's fucking them, and that's them, and that's them. I'm like, yeah, let me just, so meanwhile, it's like, oh, let's just keep them here for fucking this. So then I'm sitting there and I go off and I'm like, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, our fucking show's about to be fucking attacked and blah blah blah. No shit, about 10 days after that fucking episode, all of a sudden a bomb goes off in Ariana Grande's fucking concert, killing a whole bunch of little fucking children, which is wonderful, because I'm saying to myself, didn't I fucking say this? It's like, and then all the people were like, Anthony, they were like, her show just got attacked, like you said. It was like fucking, it was like, yeah, well, that's great, that's wonderful, Meanwhile, I'm already being surrounded by fucking somebody from the past, from the fucking, what is different multiple fucking agencies, which then fucking after that incident happens, right? I get out the hospital, I go back down to see my friend Sean, Lisa's dad, the devil, and then I'm like, fucking, it's like then they try to kill the devil while I'm at his house. They try to kill the devil, and I'm sitting there already trying to figure out, is the devil trying to kill me? Because I'm sitting here saying, this is the same house they tried to set me up in as a fucking kid when I was where the same house where freaking I was brought to drop off this, but I didn't know because it was just supposed to be fucking to move some furniture, blah blah blah. But that's the same house where my cousin supposedly was raped, who, then my cousin also looks like certain people that are fucking now being fucked. So I'm saying to myself, it's like at that point in time, I fucking leave the devil's house. Although they're trying to kill the devil while I'm at his house, All right, and then I leave the devil's house and I get back to here, and then freaking 4th of July happens. My house gets fucking shot at. Okay, so then my house gets shot at. So this is all 2017, right? This is 2017 because right after the inauguration, 2017. This is right after that. Fucking my house gets shot at. Finally, I fucking get in touch with the devil. Fucking a month after that, fucking right after the devil gives me a phone call, after I can't get him on the phone. I've been trying to call him for freaking a month. You know, it's like I can't get him on the phone at all. All of a sudden, I get a phone call from him. I'm going off. I don't know. I don't know if it was just everything at that point, or if I was being re-drugged and just didn't realize it. Who the fuck knows? But I know that I was pissed. But I don't think I was being drugged. But hey, who the fuck knows? I'm sitting there telling him, I'm like, why don't you fucking wake the fuck up? I'm like, when I was at your house, they were trying to fucking kill you while I was at your house. And that's when he stopped talking. But then at the same time, it's like I didn't stop talking. And I started going off about all the shit that fucking, it's like, from fucking way back in the past. And I'm saying to myself, like, it's like I know that it's just like, wow, man. Fucking wow, man. I do have a feeling that that's what they were doing, was just trying to set up the fucking devil too. And it's like some people just don't like learn, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I know that there's people that look like, because right after that, it's like I'm talking 3 days or so, maybe shortly after that phone call, and I didn't talk to him, and I didn't get no phone calls from him. I didn't get no freaking, saying this and that. Haven't seen Lisa at that point, and then freaking all of a sudden, I go to try to call his phone, can't get in touch with him. I check out, I see that all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, he passed away? I'm like, when the fuck did he pass away? And then I'm looking, and it's like, it's like at the same exact time, about 6 hours goes by, boom, there's a knock at the door, there's Lisa. Lisa starts saying that her dad passed away and that she just got out of jail just now and then. It's like, wow, it's like she gets out of jail, and then all of a sudden the first thing that she finds out, like few hours after she's out of jail, she finds out her dad passed away, and then she comes to my front door, and I'm like, I already know, it's like, because I just freaking tried to, wow, man. So in 2017, and then that leads into 20 fucking, at the same time that that's all fucking happening, that leads into 2018. 2018, which is interesting because all that shit started right after Trump was inaugurated into office. And I was rooting for Trump, which is even more fucking weirdly particular, right? So then on top of that, because of the shit that wow, man. So then so the point being is that now all of a sudden the devil's dead, right? So the devil was working either for the feds or the fucking possible DOJ. I don't remember what the fuck that's the whole point. It's like at that point, it's like he could have been, I don't know who the fuck. I know that he said he was the feds, so I don't know what the fuck to say about that. And that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know if he was just a Fed. That's the thing. It's like, but then right after that comes 2018, and in 2018 is when fucking right as that year starts, it's like this whole thing goes down with fucking like. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that was the fucking whole Triple X thing. that was the whole that, and that was also my fucking credit card thing. 2019. No, that wasn't my credit card thing yet. So the thing goes down with the Triple X kid in 2018. And then there's also the freaking with if that was 2018, then also my friend Ray Vaughn. That's when freaking I started to realize, but fucking last time I seen Ray, that's when fucking the whole like the last Tupac thing happened, and then the last Tupac. That's the conversation where the last time I seen Ray, he started to bring up Tupac after he started bringing up things about my jacket that I lost in elementary school, and not knowing I was like, well, where did you find it? And he's like, you don't want to know, in a very bad spot. And I'm like, that's all fucking whatever, man. I'm like, but then he starts bringing up the Tupac thing, which then fucking takes me like almost no time after he leaves, but still a little bit of time to really solidify it in my head that he's been working on the Tupac thing for almost fucking 20 fucking years of his life. And that's why he was fucking pissed off, because now he realizes that fucking the whole fucking time it was just a big fucking setup for me. And it was like, fucking, wow, this is fucking nuts. And fucking, I bet you he was just as fucking pissed off because all of a sudden he started to fucking drink again, and fucking that is when he goes to walk across the road and fucking gets hit by a fucking car at the same fucking time Mac Miller's fucking passing away. Fucking wow, man. And then and then the minute I fire at that point, Karen Phillips, which I start to realize is the woman who handed me the plaque saying that she was Tupac's mom way back when I was in fucking elementary school, handing me a plaque, all of a sudden, just like the one that Eminem talks about, I'm pretty sure the fucking plaque had a very specific fucking shape. The bottom line is that freaking, here's the fucking names of all the songs and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, there was two-way fucking microphones in some of the fucking plaques. There was fucking, that's why this is crazy. And two of the plaques were ringed to fucking burn down the fucking people's houses that fucking those plaques were given to. Only one of which was able to fucking go off and burn down at least the fucking room where the plaque was hanging. And that was going all the way back into fucking elementary school when I found and came across the two-way fucking microphones inside the plaques. And the bottom line is that freaking, wow, man. So right after, because I didn't even realize that until after I fired Karen Phillips, as I start to realize who the fuck she is, sort of who the fuck she is, because at the time I knew she knew about the contracts. I knew that I knew that she knew about the fucking contracts, and it's like I should have gotten that on fucking tape, the whole conversation that she had, where it's like, I'm like, I know who you are, and it's like, I want my money, and it's like, well, that's what we're gonna try to do right now, and blah blah blah. But when she showed up, I turned the fucking camera off,